WWE 2K25 is finally here.
Finally!
And I've got my hands on it for the first time. From Paul Heyman guiding us in, to the new gameplay changes, improved visuals, and even an entirely new camera system, there's a lot to cover. So let's jump straight into my first impressions of WWE 2K25 and see if this game is a true upgrade over the last year. And hey, if you're excited for more in-depth breakdowns on Universe Mode, My Faction, or more, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into it. So the moment you start up WWE 2K25, the first thing you notice is the updated WWE intro. This wasn't in last year's game, and it's a nice little touch that makes the presentation feel fresh. But the real welcome, Paul Heyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and you are...
From here, you're dropped into the Performance Center for a tutorial. Now, normally, I'd just skip this.
I'm about to skip this shit. Skip.
But this year, they added new mechanics like chain wrestling and barricade diving, so I wanted to actually play it through. Movement feels noticeably different from last year. It's smoother, but at the same time, it's like they've adjusted weight distribution on certain superstars. I also noticed something weird. Their hair is kind of stiff when they move, but I feel like that's something they'll patch later. Another thing I noticed, the lighting on faces is better this year, but the overall character details feel slightly reduced compared to WWE 2K24. Not a deal breaker, but definitely something I picked up on. They also got rid of that awkward boxing stance that most superstars had in the previous games. Well, mostly. They removed the boxing stance when superstars are on the ground, but when standing up, they still go back and forth. Honestly, they should just remove it entirely. I feel like it would make the game a lot better. After finishing the tutorial, we get to the main menu, and let me just say, it looks clean. The visuals are eye candy, super polished, and honestly just way more modern. But you already know where I was headed first, Universe Mode. So I jump into Classic Mode and immediately start adjusting Universe Mode settings. I'm not gonna lie, this mode is looking way better than last year, but there's a lot to cover, so I'm actually gonna be doing a separate deep dive video on how to set up the best Universe Mode, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. In this quick look, I checked out the Raw show card, the calendar, title divisions, match tables, and rivalry systems. And here's the thing, match tables got a huge upgrade. You can now actually set specific main event types separately from regular matches, which means no more weird booking issues, but again, I'll break this down in a full match table tutorial video down the road. Next up, I wanted to check out some actual gameplay, so I went straight to the exhibition menu. One thing I love is that they use real match photos for each match type. It's a small detail, but it makes the whole experience feel more immersive. So of course I had to jump into the underground match, which is one of the newest features in this year's game. I picked CM Punk versus John Cena at the new Raw on Netflix arena. Why not? And as soon as the entrances load up, we get to toggle the brand new third-person camera. And let me tell you, this feature is so dope. It turns every entrance and in-match cutscene into a literal movie scene. The way it tracks your superstar, how it zooms in during big moments, this is easily one of my most favorite additions this year. You can even turn this on for the AI controlled superstars too, so every match can feel more cinematic. During the match, I noticed how underground mode actually feels different. Since there's no ropes, movement and reversals feel way more like a brawl. The lighting in the arena is also darker to set the street fight vibe, and the crowd actually interacts with the ring, slapping it during big moments, which is a cool touch. Now, we gotta talk about the Island of Relevancy. This is a completely new mode, and it starts with an intro from Kathy Kelly reporting about the island, before we cut to Roman Reigns delivering a full-on cinematic speech about what the island means. From there, we get to create our character. You pick your gender, background, appearance, and name. So far, it's looking pretty cool until I got to the end of the creation process and the game crashed. Yep. Day one server issues. A lot of people were already expecting this mode to struggle on launch day, and yeah, it's kind of looking like that's the case. I was eventually able to get back in after some time, but I really hope we don't keep running into these crashes. Overall, WWE 2K25 feels like a huge improvement over last year's game. The gameplay changes, third-person camera, underground mode, and the new universe mode settings are all major W's. And that being said, there are some things that also need fixing. The stiff hair, the less detailed character models, and day one crashes in island mode are things I hope they get patched soon. What do you think so far? Are you enjoying WWE 2K25?
I mean, it's alright, like...
Are there things that still need improvement? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you want to see even more WWE 2K25 content, click right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.